Hey YouTube, in this video we're going to be talking about blood. This is an introductory video to blood. I probably will make a whole series about blood because there's just so much to talk about in medicine regarding blood. I mean, this is pretty obvious, but blood is very crucial to our survival because without it we would basically die in minutes, if not less, because blood is this secret. This It's not secret. It's just like this magical fluid that transports all the necessary nutrients for our cell metabolism that keeps us alive at all times, even during sleep. Uh, Literally at all times. The blood and the heart is working to keep you alive by providing cells with nutrients, with oxygen, and getting rid of the toxic waste of cell metabolism. So this is going to be a pretty short video just introducing blood. What is blood? So let's talk about it. First of all, what is blood? As we said, blood is the lifeline of the human body, responsible for transporting oxygen, nutrients, hormones, and waste products. It flows continuously through our veins and arteries, ensuring that every organ and cell gets what it needs to function properly. So this is blood. As I said, these are the main functions. Now, as for the circulation, we're going to be talking about that in another video, but just quickly, blood circulates through the arteries and veins. Arteries are the vessels that take blood from the heart to the organs, and veins drain the organs and all the tissues from blood and bring it back to your heart. So even if you studied anatomy before, you'll always find that each organ you need to study the blood supply. Now, the blood supply is divided into the arterial supply and the venous drainage. And that's why we use those names. We use arterial supply because the arteries supply the organs with blood, and then the veins drain that blood from the organs and they transport it back to your heart, because your heart is the main pump. It pumps blood because your blood needs to flow a certain rate, and it also needs to flow against gravity. So this is how it works. Now, this is the second part of what we're going to be talking about today: the components of blood. Now we have components divided into two things. So we have plasma and we have cells. Now cells, we're going to be talking about each type of cell, but first let's talk about the fluid component of blood. Now blood is a pretty viscous, kind of viscous fluid. It has it's not like water, but it definitely has a water component. Now that fluid component is plasma, and plasma is basically just water plus proteins and minerals and different types of salts, and it has all the waste products dissolved in it, and hormones and all of these things, but mainly it is water. It is the fluid part of your blood, and it's actually not red. What gives blood its red color is not the plasma. It's actually a type of cell that we're gonna mention now, and these are red blood cells. Now you can see there are three main types of cells in blood. These flow through the plasma, and these are actually would do a lot of the functions of the blood. So the first one we're going to be talking about here is the red blood cells, arguably the most important. Now they're all very crucial. You can't really survive a lot without any. If you're missing one of these, but if I had to pick one, it's definitely red blood cells, because red blood cells are the cells that actually carry the oxygen to your organs. So they, in your lungs, the blood circulation flows through your lungs, and then the red blood cells take up oxygen through different mechanisms from the lungs, and then when they're at their target organs, they leave that oxygen. And so this is why red blood cells are the most important. Now, the next type is white blood cells. Now, white blood cells are very, very important in your immunity. Now, your immunity is your body's defense mechanism against all foreign bodies, against pathogens, bacteria, viruses, parasites, all that stuff. So this is the main defense system, is your white blood cells. Now there are many types. You probably heard them before: phagocytes, neutrophils, basophils, lots of different types with different functions, but they're all contributing a very important role to your body's immunity. Now the last is not really a type of cell, it's like a cell fragment. And these are platelets. These are fragments of cells, and these fragments are very important in a physiological process in blood, which is blood coagulation. Now, if you get a wound, or you get cut, or sometimes you might have internal bleeding, all of that, your arteries or your veins or your capillaries are ruptured, and so blood starts to leak, and this is very, very dangerous. So your body has a mechanism to stop that bleeding, and then carry on the next phase, which is repairing that cut or that wound that you have. And platelets form a very big part of that process, which is blood coagulation. Platelets can form a platelet plug around any wound, which can temporarily close it, and then your body will initiate the repair sequence. So that's about it. This was an introduction to blood and some of its components. Now, I can make probably thousands of videos talking about blood. There are so many to talk about, so many topics to talk about, but I just wanted this to be an introduction. So that's about it, and I'll see you in the next one.